Okay. If I look on the internet, casino, Visa, Cambodia, I can find it. And there's a bus. Okay. Okay. And you go all in one day? So you do not have to spend the night and sleep in Cambodia one night?
ถ้าไปที่กัมพูชาแสนที่สามครั้ง
We can go Cambodia, not stay overnight.
เขาไปบ่อนเนี่ยไปบ่อนเนี่ยที่เขาไปอย่างนี้ไม่รู้เขาได้
We're talking about I'm trying to make a decision
ไปบนบ่อน
because I have to renew my visa. It expires on November 8th. And I cannot make a decision. I was going to go to Vietnam, to a beach, but that would take maybe 3 days. And I could go to immigration here in Bangkok and get it extended. And it's only going to cost me $60 and only 1 day. So I don't know what I want to do.
Teacher, I have to go now. See you
Okay,
tomorrow.
we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Good teacher.
So I can't make up my mind.
You can make up your mind.
His English is pretty good.
You and child all the time.
He's never been here before. Huh? Noisy. Yeah. Yeah.
ลูกก็ดูแคมเบเรียนเนาะฟรีบัสฟรี
Bus is free.
แอปกินที่นี่ครับแอปevery day have a bus go to Cambodia perfect
Okay.
ปล่อยไปเรื่อย
perfect you
ๆรับ
can
เสียเลยปล่อยไป
perfect
Okay.
you can go free by bus
Okay.
ปั๊มได้เลยทำไปแค่สแตนแต่ที่เชื่อสแตนคอร์สคอร์ส
แล้วไปนั่นแหละที่ immigration ไปกรุงเทพไปไทยแดนเขาจะไป
Come right back.
ไปต่อ
Okay.
คนละเรื่อง
And Americans, U.S. could do that.
ไปทำอะไรกันวีซ่า
ทำสายไปเลยนะ
Okay. That sounds like a better. Yeah. I'll look online. Yeah. Yeah. Because the other thing I was thinking is I'm going to return next year. I want to come back next year. Next year. Yes. Yes.
Promise.
I promise. I promise.
Okay.
No, I guarantee you. Okay? And that's another thing that I cannot make a decision on. When should I come back here? Because I go home for Christmas in December, and I would like to stay home for a couple of months and with my house, and I've got to get some things organized, and but what that means is if I wait a couple of months before I return, then it could be maybe March or April, right? So when I go home in December, it's going to be very, very cold.
Yes, very
Snow. Yes. Yes. And December, January, February, and March, very cold with snow. And in Bangkok, very nice.
It's very very cold.
This morning, today was beautiful. When I walked outside this morning to come
Yes,
here.
I can cheer you.
Oh, it was nice for me.
Chili.
Chilly? Did you think it's chilly this morning? Who thinks it's chilly?
Chili for Thai people.
Oh,
More or less nine.
Nice.
Nine.
Yes.
Nine.
Yes, yes.
It's winter now.
It's winter.
Yes.
Yeah.
November, December, January.
Yeah, Well, and then in April, it begins to get hot, right?
In Thai, very, very hot. Very hot.
Everybody for
Every very hot.
So is it hotter in April than it was? I arrived in September. Okay? When I got here, it was September. And for me, it was very, very hot.
Yeah,
Okay.
in April you are melting.
I was melting, yes, yes. So is it hotter in April?
Yes.
You're
It's
kidding.
hottest, very, hottest month. Hottest month. But sometimes
Yeah.
festival and spread water.
Oh, the water, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because everyone is really, really hot.
Okay. See, that, I don't understand that, okay? Because for me, in the US, my hottest months are June, July, August.
I visit my daughter June, July.
Oh, you do? That's the worst time to go because it's so hot. But for you, it probably the same. Yeah, yeah. Especially in Florida, right? And she lives in Miami, right?
Yeah, Miami is not cold.
No.
No.
When I lived in Miami, the summer, June, July, August, the temperatures, now Miami is very far south, okay? That's almost like Thailand, almost. And the temperatures in Miami were colder than the north. It was, because I would look at the weather in like Ohio, okay, which is very far north, and it would be hotter in, yes, it was hotter than Miami.
Wow.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense because it's farther south. And what people told me was, like Thailand, it's a tropical, right? You know tropical. You know tropical? Okay. A tropical climate that is more even, right? More temperate, more even. Okay. Like up north in Ohio, okay, in the winter, very, very cold. In the summer, very, very hot. And in Thailand or Miami, Florida, it doesn't change too much,
Yeah.
okay? Pretty consistent. Do you know consistent?
No.
Consistent? Consistent? So consistent, okay? You're all looking it up in your dictionaries, huh?
stable
Yes,
stable
stable. Mhm. Yes, stable. Same, stable.
มันคงไม่จะเป็นนี่
แต่ของพี่มันเป็นอะไรสอดคล้องกัน
สอบเข้ามันคงใช่
Stable.
เสมอกันไม่เปลี่ยนแปลงมาก
Not exactly the same. Not exactly the same,
ของคือจะ
but close.
ต้องเป็นเรื่องราคาเป็นตัวหลักนะ
So who can give me a sentence using the word consistent? Did somebody point at which? I think somebody pointed at which over there. Your friends are setting you up. You know that? Have you ever heard that one before? Setting you up? Setting you up. Mhm. It's an idiom, okay, that somebody is trying to maybe get you in trouble, okay? Okay, or yeah, get you to do something you may not want to do, setting you up, okay? Often in a movie, okay, a movie with crime, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, you may hear somebody say, "I was set up. I didn't do the crime. I was set up." Set up. Mm-hmm. Setting you up. Mm-hmm. I was set up. I was set up. Right. You know, somebody planted evidence. Planted evidence? Okay.
Now you spell everything.
Well, I thought you were going to be questioning the word planted. Planted evidence, right? Plant. Does that make sense?
Setting you up. Everything. EVIDANCE.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody planted evidence in a crime. Okay. Well,
I think plan no T.
huh?
No T. I think plan.
No, it's a T.
T.
Plant. It's like I plant a flower, right? I plant a flower, I plant the garden.
Not plan to be plan.
No. No. That's why I thought that word would confuse you, right? Because how do you plant evidence, right? You're not putting something in the ground, right? But we say that I was set up. Somebody planted the evidence, okay? This was not everything we've been talking about for the last 30 minutes is not in my schedule. I'm winging it. You know winging? I'm winging it? Okay. Yeah. Winging it? It's not,
That's
it's
the wing. Winging it.
winging, yeah. winging it. It's, nothing here was planned, okay? Improvise? Do you know improvise? Improvise. Where's my original? Improvise? So it's, I'm making this up as I go along. Okay. Do you want to read that? Do you have improvised definition? No? Who has on their phone the definition improvised? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Louder and louder.
No prepare.
What?
No prepare.
Which one? Improvise?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Athlete.
Read it.
Extemporize.
What? Are you reading it in English or in Thai? I don't have my glasses.
English is athlete or extemporize.
Ad lib. Okay. Is that spelled right? Ad lib? Ad lib? A-T-L-I-B?
Teacher.
You present without prepare.
Repeat that.
You present
Okay.
and without prepare.
Without preparing. Yes. Okay. Everything for the last 30 minutes that we've talked about, I'm improvising. I did not write this in my book. I did not prepare what we're talking about. Okay? Do you follow? Okay. Oh,
That's thinking immediately.
yes.
That's thinking immediately.
Yes. Good morning. Ad libbing is the same. Okay. Let's see if I have it up here. Sometimes I can't see my phone, it's too small. To invent or make something such as a speech or device at a time is needed without already, yeah. So, what we've been talking about has not been planned. Okay, you tell me.
Create and perform spontaneously or without preparation.
Yes, that's a good
About
definition.
music, drama, or worse.
Yes, actors, right? When an actor or maybe a comedian, okay? When they go on stage, you can't plan everything that is going to happen. You know, they have their jokes, but sometimes their jokes bomb. Do you know that? Bomb? Bombs. Okay. When a comedian, when their joke bombs, nobody laughs at their joke. Okay? So then the comedian has to improvise to make the people laugh. Have you ever heard that? No, I didn't think you would. Mhm. On TV, American TV, we have comedians, and you probably, I think the other night when I was on a bus, the bus driver had the radio on, and I think it was a comedian. I think, because he would say something very dramatic. You know, his speech was very dramatic, and then people would laugh. And so I was guessing he was a comedian on the radio.
Some comedian is, I think,
Rude?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Many are rude. Mhm. Yeah. I think they're all rude. Yes. Mhm.
Sometimes say something is hurt someone.
Yes. Mhm. Mhm. Yes. But sometimes it's funny too.
Sometimes.
Okay, where were we? Okay. So, good morning. Yes.
How many people is wanted in
What?
have about for hostage? How many degrees?
Oh, the temperature
Yes.
in Ohio?
Hostage.
I'll tell you what the temperature is right now. I know that on Saturday it snowed in Ohio.
Snow,
On Saturday, yes.
but hostage, how much?
Oh, how many?
Yes, how many?
Hot like Bangkok? Maybe 20 days in the year.
2 years. That's how
Yeah.
many Fahrenheit or centigrade? How many?
Let's see.
Thailand is hostage in 40.
So the temperature is, I think this would be, if the temperature is 36 degrees,
36 degrees.
but that's Fahrenheit, right? So would that be 0? Would that be 0 here? Who could convert? Who could convert 36 degrees Fahrenheit into Celsius?
My organ have Fahrenheit and Celsius.
I confused for the night.
Teacher, how much? 20?
36 36 degrees in Fahrenheit is what?
หนาวเองเลยหนาวเองเลย
It's 36 is Celsius 2.2.
Is what?
2.2 Celsius.
Okay, 2.2, because 32 is 0, right? So the temperature in Ohio is 2.2,
Yes.
like 2 degrees Celsius. So it's 2 degrees Celsius today, okay? And 2. And what is Bangkok? Maybe about 27 right now? Uh, We're going to have a class on conversion of temperatures.
อยู่สัญญาณเลยเปิด
So Bangkok temperature now is 79 Fahrenheit. I think it's
It's
25.
26.
Okay, yeah.
ไม่ใช่ตอนนี้อยู่ห้องแอร์
ไม่อันนี้ก็เป็นเครื่อง
อ๋อมีบอก
So that's a big difference, right? And it's still October. The cold months have not begun yet. The cold months do not start until December, January, February, and March. And it's already 2 degrees. Yes. So getting back to my original question. Does anybody remember? Because I talk too much. The original question was, when do I come back to Bangkok?
Oh yes
Right? Do I want to come back when it's very, very hot? Or do I want to come back when it's like it is today, right? It's nice. Too hot? Okay. All right, so maybe I better come back in January. What do you think?
I it's
I,
I not this come back that
Hope so.
so, what should I do here?
Better you not come.
Flip a coin, huh?
yes
Because I can't make up my mind. Uh,
ครูกลับมาเวลาที่ร้อนมากกลับมาเมษาอะไรเงี้ย
Teacher, it is also idiom. Idiom. Flip a
Yeah, that's an idiom, flipping a coin. When I can't make a decision,
Okay.
it's sometimes I just flip a coin. Heads,
And
I do this. Tails, I do that. Mhm.
thank you.
Don't worry, you can wear a short and a waist every day to teach.
Yes, yes. Mhm.
It's very, very hot here.
Yes.
Very, very
But I
hot.
cannot wear shorts, right? When I teach, I have to dress like this.
I think it's not too short. I think it's
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so what did I have planned to do today? Okay, I've been talking too much. So
listening.
I know,
Listening,
I know
listening.
you're listening. Mhm. I have, from the newspaper today, 2 different things. Okay. Well, one from the newspaper, okay, that I may have each person read a paragraph, okay? But before that, and then not just read, okay? I would like after you read it to explain, okay? So that we know you understand, so that I know you understand, okay? But before we do that, somebody has to tell me what this is.